Afternoon, everybody, and here we go. I thought we'd have a little bit of fun since we're a day out from the election. Let's go through the gambling and betting odd charts. We were doing it last night on the live show, and I didn't realize there was that many. So let's take a look at them and see how they look, and let's just have a little bit of fun. And like I say, I don't care who anyone votes for. We're all adults. We make our own decision. We're just going to check out the charts. I'll tell you what I think and what they look like. So here we go. Let's take a look at the presidential election winner. And obviously, all information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. So let's have some fun, everybody. And here we go. The presidential election winner 2024. What does the chart look like? Donald Trump, 58.5%. Kamala Harris, 41.4%. And that chart, we went over it last night, as a matter of fact. And I was telling you is that if they were to touch, which they kind of did the other night, but it doesn't show it here. They kind of broke apart, but that would be a bounce up. Trump would be bullish, Harris would be bearish, and she would be dipping down. He would be bouncing back up, stepping up, and she would have to come back down to about the 20% line to start stepping back up. And clearly, with one day, less than a day left, there is no way it could possibly happen. Not on this chart anyway. So let's roll through and look at a bunch of the other ones. Here's the popular vote. This one's an interesting one because Harris is at 71% and Trump is at 29%. And if you look at these, she is way bearish. She should be coming crashing down. And like I say, if I was looking at this as a stock chart, I'd be like, whoa, this red one on Trump right here, we want to get in this at 29% because this is about to pop and go through the roof and be like 1,000% runner. So that's what it looks like right here. I'm just telling you what the charts look like. She should be coming down hard. Obviously, the election's tomorrow, so I don't know how much they're going to dip and run, but that's exactly what it would do. This would pop through the roof and this would come crashing down. So that is the popular vote. And like I said, 71 to 29%. That's a pretty big swing right there. Balance of power 2024 election. Here we go. Republican sweep 37%. All these odds, you can kind of just look. The Senate and the House, 26%, Democratic sweep, 17%. So there's all kinds of odds here. I'll tell you what looks best. This red one, the Republican sweep, is that 10% one down here isn't looking too bad, but it just doesn't have enough momentum. I'm gonna have to say, just because of where it's sitting, I don't know though. This one's gonna dip down. This one's just sitting there. It could curl back up. These two look like they're curling back up. Whatever the Democratic sweep and the R. Perez, Republican Senate, Democratic House at 14%, Democratic sweep is at 17%, and Democratic Prez, Republican Senate, Democratic House at 26%, and a Republican sweep up here at 37%. And not looking bad right there. So that's the balance of power. And like I said, just the way it's placed, and the Republican sweep does look like it could bounce up there. So the next, this president, Democratic president, Republican Senate, and Democratic House just doesn't look like it's going to do it. It's coming down. So that does not look good there. So let's see what else is going on here. Electoral college margin of victory in presidential election. I mean, there are so many of these. There's probably hundreds of them. So let's just see what it says here. The GOP by 215, plus 215, the GOP by 155 to 214. These are all kinds of crazy odds. I'll just tell you what it looks like right here. The GOP by 65 to 104. And I'm not a gambler, so I don't really look at gambling odds a whole lot, but I kind of get them. But yeah, this one in the green, this GOP by 65 to 104, 19%. It's curling back up. Obviously, this 105 to 54 is crying too. The other ones are, but they're just not going to catch up as that one's already curled up there, and it's at 19%. So GOP by 65 to 104. I'm not even sure what that even means, but that's what that one looks like. Let's look at some of these other ones right here. Biden be impeached. I would say no. I looked at it earlier and there was like a 0%. Which party wins presidency popular vote? Let's see. I mean, wouldn't you think it was the same thing? Democrats win both. Republican presidency, Democrat popular. The Democrat is in the lead to win popular and presidency right here. Republicans win both is down here at 26%. But again, this one is just dipping down hard. That the Democrats win both. It's just coming down. I would say this Republican presidency and Democratic popular vote is what it looks like. It's going to, and these things are going to move around. You have until tomorrow. So, they kind of move and we can just see the time frame here. So it can drop down pretty significantly right there, fall off a cliff. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Just interesting how they're set up right here, and there's gambling odds now on the presidency, and we can look at a chart. So here we go. I would like to look at the swing states, but let's look at Texas presidential election winner. It looks pretty obviously just from not even looking at the chart yet. But how you guys doing? Profit Logic and Chef Sauce. Chef Saucy, how you guys doing? I'm just kind of going through all the election prop bets basically, and it is crazy right here. So here we are. I'm looking at the Texas presidential election winner, and it's almost like 100% that it's going to be Trump. I mean, it's almost impossible that he couldn't win that one. I want to look at the swing states. I did the presidential election winner, the popular vote, and some balance of power, some other ones. Just getting started here. Popular vote margin of victory in presidential election. Let's see what this one says. GOP by 7%. By these ones are a little bit crazy because it's so much going on. So I'll just skip that one. There are lines everywhere, and that's like gamble and stuff. Who will be inaugurated as the president? That's what I want to see. It's stuff like this. We can kind of get a good idea and just take a look at it. Right here, I mean, if you look at this chart right here, Trump is at 59.1%, Harris is at 39.7%, and somehow there's another other at 1.9%. So that's a real long shot, and I don't see that even on the chart, but it looks like Trump is like just going to fly up and she's dipping down. I mean, that's pretty much what all the charts look like. Even the popular vote, it looks like she had just topped out and is going to, if like I said, I'll go through it real quick again, but and I'm looking at Poly Market here. So if you go on polymarket.com and at the top you can see politics, click on that link and it'll bring up a page of like just a ton of them, and you can kind of just scroll through. And I'm literally on the second row right here, the third one over to the right. So that's who will be inaugurated as president, just to give you an idea where I'm looking at. And like I said, Trump 59.1%. It's way up there. It should get up to that 60 up there, which is more than a 50%. So let's look at it because Iowa, this is the state that came out this weekend and said that it was all changing around and everything got a little weird. Let me just X out of this one and look at the Iowa president. And so now Trump's at 82% and Harris is at 18%. And she's pulling back. He looks like it could be curling up right there. It was dipping down. And again, this past weekend, I don't know what happened. I didn't even look, but apparently a poll came out and it was a big difference. And I guess Harris was in the lead. I have no idea. But it looks like it was a reaction because you can see where it shot way up right there on what day is that? Where does days at? I can't even thought the days were like right there. Oh, here it is. It's November. Hold on. Now I can say it. November 2nd, right before. And yeah, watch. November. Here you go. Now I'm just looking at this thing and I'm gonna put the video up. So I'm gonna right after I get done, but I'm just showing you how fast this can move. November 1st, right here at 6%. November 2nd at 17. And then all of a sudden, November 3rd at like 20, and then the 4th, it's coming back down. So you're not talking much time right there. And that's basically what they look like on the popular vote. It looks like it wants to do the complete opposite. Now, Trump, if you look at him, he's at 96% on Halloween. on the first at 95%, and then all of a sudden on the second at 84%, and then in the third like 80%, and it took a big nosedive, and now it's curling back up and going to roll. That's kind of what the popular vote. So what I was explaining before on the popular vote, and I'll hop back right in it and go over it real quick. So if you want to take a look at it, it almost has that look where it's going to do that big crash. You can see Harris coming down and Trump going up. Harris is 71%, Trump's at 29%. That's the popular vote, and you could see it. It's going to crash down and he's going to shoot up. So you're going to see that swing really fast. Basically like you just saw in Iowa, and obviously there was something crazy going on in Iowa. If somebody knows, you can post about it and I'll read it. I didn't even look. But something came out with the polls and it said it had flipped. And I mean, it moved drastically real fast. That's what the popular vote kind of looks like. So we'll obviously look at it later on tonight, but I'm just telling you what they look like at the moment. So that's Iowa, and it looks like he's curling back up at 80%, and she's going to be dipping back down into that 5-6%. So I'm not so sure that she's winning Iowa right there. Let's keep going right here. The Fed interest rates. I was looking at this earlier. I was just kind of scrolling through and looking at a few of them just because I was curious. And it has what is it, 75 BPS 50 or 25, and it's going to be 25 this time. Last time, remember I said it was going to be 50. They did it for a reason. It should have only been 25. They did it to kind of screw up right around now. So it helped the market, but it wasn't necessary, and it kind of screwed it up for further down the road. Now they're going to do a 25, which it should have been. It should have only been a 50. Now you got to go in 75 in these two, and it was that. And if you listen back, I definitely said it back then, and it was being done for a reason. So there you go. This one will definitely be a 25, and it says 93%, and you can just see it on. I love these charts. We're gonna have to start looking at this all the time. I hope it always keeps these things because this is awesome. And sports and all. I'm gonna have to go into this. We'll stay on politics right now. I honestly didn't even click on any of the other ones. It has like pop culture and business and crypto and all kinds of stuff. So I might have to check out this poly market. I literally just had one page bookmarked on my phone, and it was for the presidential election one, the main one, presidential election winner, and I didn't realize I had all this until last night. So here we are, and we're having fun with it. So that's the Fed interest, and again, that'll be 0.25% on Thursday. So it's a crazy, wild week. Talking about it yesterday, election tomorrow, and the Fed is going to put a 0.25, what is it, decrease on the rate or whatever. So there you go. Let's look at the favorite to win on Polymarket the day before. Let's see what this is all about. This is the actual website that we're looking at, and holy cow, it like looks like she has a 0% chance. 1% chance for Kamala. It's down 47%. And like I was telling you guys, it looked like it was jumping off a cliff for almost anything that she was up on. And so this one is way down. I don't see where it says for Harris to or Trump to even be at. I'm not sure where that's at, even at. So favorite to win on Polymarket day before election. And it says Harris had where's it for Trump though? I don't see. Let me look and see if there's a different one for him because I have no idea. But yeah, it says 1% chance. I'm not exactly sure. Let me keep looking here and see if there's one. I'm not sure why it wouldn't have both of them on there. That's all I'm looking for because it just says her at like 1%, but it didn't really have him. Um, will Biden resign before the election? I highly doubt that he's resigning tonight. So that's probably 0%. Yeah. And again, this was up here at like 31% chance back in like July or something. Yeah, in July. So that's pretty much a 0% chance. Hawaii presidential election winner. Let's just see. I don't think they're not a swing state, but let's just see. Oh, Hawaii straight Harris, huh? Yeah, I'd say Harris is definitely taking Hawaii right there. So it looks like Harris is like 98% to 2%. Yeah, I guess Hawaii doesn't really like Trump too much there. So that's going to be a Democratic win for her. Who else here? This is fun. Who will win Pennsylvania? Now, this is a swing state. This is what we want to see. Let's see. Oh, they were touch. See, now this one touches them. So, again, the other one was kind of close. I guess it never got as close as it, but the Pennsylvania one actually touched the other day. Let me get back to it right there when they touch each other on November 2nd. And then all of a sudden, and remember, I was telling you, I didn't even look at this one, but I was telling you guys with the presidential election one, if they were to touch, he would bounce up, she would bounce down. That's exactly what happened here. You can see that she's in a bearish run, and it ran up, and it wasn't supposed to. You can see it right on the chart. I mean, it jumps right out at me, and that's like kind of like a crazy dip where it's going to pop off. So you can see that she was coming down. Something happened the third. I don't know exactly what happened in Pennsylvania where people thought it was going to be close, I guess, or November 2nd. People, I guess, thought it was going to be close, and it was like 51-49. Actually, did it flip? Harris 51, Trump 49 on November 2nd. And then immediately on the 3rd, it's 56-46. Trump's in the lead. And like I said, you can see that was like some nonsense going on because you can see it right there. And as I said, even with the presidential election, she's bearish and he's very bullish. And it's clear as day on the chart. So I'm just telling you what the charts say. And here we go. That's Pennsylvania. So that looks like it's going to go to Trump right there. I wrote down the swing states: Arizona, Pennsylvania, Georgia, North Carolina, Wisconsin, Nevada, and Michigan. So they're supposed to be the big swing states. Um, let's see what Iowa's margin of victory is going to be. Again, this one was all crazy the other day. This one has a bunch of them, plus 4%. Harris by 3%. I can't even tell. We'll skip this one too because it's just all confusing. So we won't even look at that. We'll look at the other ones. Will Kamala do another Fox interview? I highly doubt that's going to happen. We don't really care about the Moldova presidential election. Trump wins every swing state. Let's take a look at that and see what that looks like. Doesn't really look like it's real hot. 21% chance says it's down 30%. And yeah, I don't know if he's winning every swing state. It did look hotter before, but um it's just cruising down here. Is it going to pop up? Possibly, but I don't know. He's going to win every swing state, so I'm not so sure that's going to be a clean sweep right there, at least off of that chart. Who will win North Carolina? And that's a swing state right there. So let's see what NC is going to do. This is a Trump state, I think. Yep. That one is didn't even come close to touching. She's going down. She could come back down to where right here, 28% where she at now, 33. And he's probably gonna go back up to about 69 or no, is that like say yeah, he's going to get possibly back up to 70 here. So you could see a 70-30 in North Carolina. So I'm going to say that's a Trump state too. North Carolina looks like it's going to go to Trump. He's got the momentum. Hers is going down. She's very bearish there. Um let's see, where am I? Ohio Senate election winner. We're not worrying about that. I mean, I can look at it real quick and just tell you what I think. Whoa, that one's a close one. I wish I could blow this one up, but they just crossed paths, and it looks like it's going to go Republican on this. It could definitely change around. It's tight, 53-48, Republican over Democrat, and then obviously the other has like a -1 or a 1% swing right there. So, but it looks like it's going Republican right here. So that's Ohio's Senate election. And let's see who's next. Will either Kamala or Trump win every swing state? Didn't we already look at that? Trump wins every swing state. All right, let's see. That's like a 25%, and it doesn't look like it. So it doesn't look like they're going to win every swing state. I don't think Trump's going to win every swing state, neither is she. Is RFK going to win the popular vote? Is that even really a one? And the RFK Jr. popular vote share. I don't even know what that means. Oh, how many he's going to get? Six. I'm not even sure what this is even talking about. So we'll skip that one because I'm not even sure what they're even asking on that bet. Um, yeah, and some of these are a little strange, but here, let's see. Who will win Georgia? That's what we want to see because they're another swing state. So we definitely want to go through all the swing states here. Um, Georgia is going curling back up towards Trump, and Harris is dipping down at 67-34. This is quite interesting with the gambling odds because you know how accurate these things are, especially if they were like Vegas odds and stuff. It's just crazy how accurate they can get things. And this is pretty intriguing because we've never had this before, especially during an election. And this is wild. So, Georgia does look like it's pretty strong to go to Trump. So that's another T right there. I'm jotting them down for the swing states. I was just curious what it was looking like. Let's see. That's Georgia. Michigan's another one. So here we go. Let's get all these swing states. And this one looks like it could go Harris. So there's your difference right there is Michigan. Doesn't look like Trump's going to be although she's getting a little more bearish and he's popping back up. His is going to level off, and so is she going to kind of level off, and she could go up. So I'm going to say Harris is winning that one. We'll give Michigan a K. H for her. And yeah, it looks like Michigan's going to her. So there you go with that one. I think Michigan likes Kamala. Florida presidential election winner. They are not a swing state, but we'll see what it looks like. That one's a Trump one, 95 to 6%, and it's you can tell the difference there. Um, Kamala Harris blowout victory. Let's see what that says. And it's at 16% down four, and it looks like it's kind of just pulling back. I would say it's probably not that strong of a look. So I don't think that's going to happen there. Record turnout in 2024 presidential election. I guess they're talking about voting. And is it's 55% chance it's going to be a record turnout. And I mean, it's just sitting right there. So I mean, that's a 50-50 shot that it's gonna there are always record turnouts. So and more people, yeah, there's just always more people register and doing it. So it's always gonna be a record turnout for the most part, you would assume. How many swing states will Trump win? Let's see. That one might be a weird chart with a bunch. Yeah, that one's 0, 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you what the percentages are real quick. So 0 is 11%, 1 is 10%, 2 is 10%, 3 is 13, 4 is 13, 5 is 17%, 6 is 14%, and all seven is the highest at 19%. So there you go. And so 5 and 7, like I said, Michigan is looking like it wants to go to Harris, but that's what it's saying right there on here. And you just never know what anything means, but it's just exciting. It's fun to look at these. I'm having a good time. Hope people enjoy it. So here we are. Let's look at the next one. That's how many swing states Trump would win. What day will the AP call the election? I think on the 6th, not tomorrow. And actually, I'm lying because it changed drastically. What is purple? Oh, the 7th. They may not be calling it till the 7th now. It was looking like the 6th, and now these things can obviously move big time. But yeah, the red is November 6th up here, and it was curling up earlier. I was looking at this. So I know for a fact because I'm looking at the time too, and it says well, yeah, November 4th at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just looking at them at 11, 1 o'clock, and now this is dipping down hard. So it doesn't look, and I mean the November 7th's popping up. It's catching momentum. We'll see when they hit, but yeah, you might not see it until the 7th. So wow, that's an interesting one right there as well. Obviously, Wednesday's in the lead right now, but it's coming down, so it could be teetering between that Tuesday and Wednesday. What did I say? The Wednesday and the 7th. So Wednesday and Thursday. I mean, I'm sorry, Wednesday and Thursday could be teetering between that, between Wednesday and Thursday, what day the AP will call the election. And like I said, Thursday is getting hot and Wednesday is dipping. So I'll keep my eye on that. One's an interesting one. AP election call. AP election call. There we go. I'll keep my eye on that. That's an interesting one right there. Which party wins the 2024 U.S. presidential election? Um, It says I don't get why it just gives me one and not the other. I don't know how to flip it over, but it says Democratic 41%. And I guess you just have to, oh, here it is. I guess you have to click on that. Maybe? No? All right. I don't know. But for some reason it just tells you the one, and we'll look at the other ones. New York presidential election winner. I do want to see this one. They're not a swing state, but just an interesting one. 98 to 2%, and it looks like it's definitely going to Harris. So I can't wait to see, because this is interesting for sure. But yeah, it looks like New York is a lock for Harris right there. So we'll have to see about that one as well. That's an interesting. We know California is going to be a lock for Harris. Um, Harris drop out. No. Who will win Arizona? There's another swing state. Let's take a look at this one. Who will win Arizona? It looks like Trump's going to just take that one 77-23, and it's catching momentum. So I'm going to have to say that Trump is in the lead in Arizona and taking that guy. We still have to look at Nevada and Wisconsin. So let me try to seek them bad boys out here. Let me see. Oh, Wisconsin right here. Good. There's Wisconsin, and then we'll have to find Nevada. So that's Arizona. What will Trump say during Pittsburgh rally? Who cares? The New Jersey election. Let's see who's going to win this one. And this one says that it's going to be Harris. And I'm telling you, I live in this state, New Jersey. That's why I was curious. And I'm telling you right now, 96 to 5, I'm not so sure. So some of these might not be as accurate as you see. I think some of these are like super, super high. Because I'm telling you, it's I said one of these East Coast states could really flip red, but we'll see what happens. And that's New Jersey, but according to this, Harris is winning our state, New Jersey, right here. So we will see what that's up to. I'll keep my eye on that. Trump wins a solid blue state. What was I just saying right there? Let's see. It's way down 16%, and it's up 4% right there. And it has a little momentum, but nothing that crazy. So we'll have to see. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, but like I said, it's only a 16% shot, so it's not showing it on the charts right there anyway. Who will win Wisconsin? Let's take a look at Wisconsin here. And they are yeah, they're a swing state. 59-43. Harris is up there, and this one could get very interesting, to be honest with you, because it looks like she could be losing momentum and come dipping down hard. It did it. Uh, what day is this? What even happened here? So Trump was up on, so this one swapped around on the 30th. It was 60-42. Trump was in the lead, and then you came back down to the 31st on Halloween, and they came touching each other and flipping. So it went 52-49 Trump to Harris, and then all of a sudden it went 53-48 on November 1st, and then started the lead up right there. And it looks like something crazy happened, and it looks like it's going to flip back around and come back down. So we'll have to see about Wisconsin as well. It's kind of an odd one where I'm looking at the whole chart right now. It started out obviously there. Harris was in the lead, came back down, dipping hard. Trump went bearish. She went bullish up here, and then she came bearish and came back down, went bullish. Yeah, he went bullish, came back down and went bearish. So we'll have to see. That one's at the moment, it looks like she's gonna win that one, but it could definitely flip around right there according to the chart. But I'll have to give it to her because that's what it says to me. But I'll put or flip because that one's the only one that really looks like it could actually move. So I'm going to keep my eye on this one, Wisconsin, tonight, because that's the only one that really looks like it could be anything different. Um, Here we are, Democratic VP nominee on election day. I don't even know what that's about. We don't care. 100 million, and no, we don't care about what's that? LFI. I have no idea. The Virginia presidential election. I don't think they are a swing state. No. But this one is going to Harris 88-13, but she's pulling back there, but probably not enough where it's going to change. So I would say Virginia is going to go towards her. Tipping point state in 2024. Let's see. I don't even Pennsylvania is clearly the tipping point. So what a PA looks like it's pretty much Trump, and they're saying like all the other ones, Wisconsin, Michigan, North Carolina, really are all like not the tipping point. It looks like Pennsylvania is the tipping point here, and they've been saying that the whole election, and it looks like it's pretty strong for Trump over there. We'll look at that one again. But there you go. Will Harris win a solid red state? Let's look at that one and see if she'll win a red state. 21% chance and just kind of flattened out there. So I'd say the odds are a little low. But obviously there's a shot for anything, and but it doesn't look like it. Florida Senate election winner. Don't really care, but it looks like it's Republican. It's way up there, 91-10. And yeah, they came close back in August and then just kind of pulled away. Although it's getting a Republican is getting a little more bearish. I don't know how much bearish. It's just kind of pulling back because it was way in the top for the most part. So nothing crazy for that one. That's Florida Senate election. Trump prison time in New York case before election. I don't think that's going to happen. Donald Trump number of tweets, November 1 through 8. We don't care about that. I mean, there's just so many crazy ones. Will Harris win all six swing states? Let's look. Then we look at something similar before, but that one looks like a hard no, 12% and dipping down. So I'm going to say she's not going to win all six swing states. I thought there were seven anyway, but whatever. That's what it says here. Pennsylvania margin of victory. Let's see, because that one seems to be the interesting one. And it's saying 20% pulling back. Trump by 2.5% plus 28%. I don't even know what the heck that means. So whatever that means, I guess they might be the odds. I'm not even sure, but it does look like Trump's pretty solid. It was pulling back there, but I don't think the other ones have a chance to pop up that hard. So, oh, well, this is just Trump stuff anyway, so I'm not even sure. I'm not real sure on this. I like when it has both of them so I can kind of tell. So we'll look at that one. Here's New Hampshire. I know they're usually pretty Democratic. And yeah, it's pretty democratic, although she's losing some steam, but it's up at 84-17. And I'm not so sure that he's going to take New Hampshire. So that looks like Harris. Let's see, Trump versus Harris polling margin on November 4th. So let's see what this looks like. Because that is today. Oh, and now it's probably going to be a zero because you can't really bet on it when it's today. So we won't also just looking at it, reading it, opening it up. Let's look at the next one here. What will Trump say during? We don't care. Harris go on Rogan. Nah, she's probably not doing that today. Colorado presidential election winner. That looks like it's all hardcore blue right there, and that looks like it's going to Harris. So. I think Colorado goes to Harris, and they've always been that way. Minnesota looks like it will go Harris as well. They're pretty Democratic, and it is, oh yeah, and he's pulling back and she's going up. So I'd say Minnesota is a lock for her. Will Biden finish his term? That's an interesting one. We have to look at that one, huh? Let's see what this one's up to real quick. There's an 87% chance he can finish his term, and it looks like he's pretty solid. So I guess he'll make it out to his until he gets the next president in. Maine presidential election winner. Here we go. Here's another one that's generally all blue. And again, this one looks like it's cruising up for Harris, and Trump is dipping down there. So that is Maine. Will Trump drop out of the race? I don't think so. Not at this point. Ohio presidential election winner. Let's look at Ohio. We're looking for Nevada. Let me cruise through and look for Nevada real quick. And Ohio looks like it's hardcore Trump. That's cruising up 91-10, and he's catching momentum in Ohio. So I think that's a safe one for him. And let's see, North Korea, Alaska. They're Trump. Alaska's hardcore Trump, and and Hawaii's hardcore Harris. That's pretty interesting. But yeah, I would say that's the case with these. Them two, Oregon. Hold on, we have to find Nevada, and that's not in Oregon. Arizona Senate, we already found their president. Where the heck is Nevada? Why isn't it? They should have all the. I would think I probably missed it or something. Pennsylvania, Nevada. Where is it? Let me search for that one real quick. Let me search. Nevada president. Let's see what comes up. Who will win Nevada? Here we go. There we go. All right. Let me look. Who's going to win Nevada? Oh, that looks like a Trump one too. He's catching momentum at 62%. She's losing momentum at 39. So I'd say Nevada's going to Trump. So right here on the swing states, Arizona Trump, PA Trump, Georgia Trump, North Carolina Trump, Wisconsin looks like it's Harris right now. It could flip around. They're the only close one, really. Nevada Trump and Michigan's hardcore Harris, it looks like. So there you go at your swing states. And now let's get back. And now that I just kind of lost where I was, but it's all right. Let me just fly in and just look because that was resign, win every swing state. We did all these guys. Let me see. I kind of scrolled through. Well, Taylor Swift attend Kamala's Pennsylvania thing, isn't she? She's having something right near my house tonight. And this thing says 9% chance. I highly doubt it. I think she's like going to the Chiefs game. So I think I saw something about that. So I don't think she's going there. Will RFK debate Biden and Trump? I don't know about that. Do. Let's look. JD Vance, will they divorce? I mean, there's just some crazy ones. So I'm just scrolling through. Another Iran strike on Israel in 2024. I would say that's going to be a yes. Will Trump win Florida by 12 plus points? I mean, there's just so many crazy ones. 13% chance. That's way down there, but I'm just trying to look and see if there's anything good. Pennsylvania Senate election. Here's a couple Senate and governor elections that are in the swing states. It looks like it's going to stay Democratic in the Senate here in Pennsylvania right there. It's 76 to 22 and it's losing a little momentum, but it looks like it's staying Democratic right there. I mean, just so interesting. It'd be amazing. We should have kept track. Well, we'll have the video. We'll have to go through this and see how accurate they were with the charts because this is fun. Will China invade Taiwan in 2024? I mean, there's just some crazy stuff. A 5% chance. And I would say if Trump wins, I would say that's going to be a no. So it says a 5% chance. So that doesn't look very strong right there. Iran strike Israel before December. Well, that's another interesting one. I know that the Israeli aerospace and defense was setting up for another a couple weeks down the road, and there's a 53% chance. So we'll keep an eye on that. And we look at the aerospace and defense. So we kind of know. I've caught a few of them right before they've happened, especially the Trump assassination attempt, the first one we called right there. North Carolina governor election. Let's see that bad boy. That looks like it's staying Democratic, 96 to 4, and she's that governor and the Democratic governors has momentum. West Virginia Senate election winner. Let's see what their Senate looks like. It's going to stay Republican right there. So it looks like West Virginia Senate will stay Republican. Closest state in the presidential election. That's going to be an interesting one. I bet Pennsylvania's up there. Yep, 26%. I knew it without even looking just because it said it was the most important swing state. So you know it's going to be the craziest one. And then Wisconsin and Nevada at 13%, Michigan at 11, other at 10, and then North Carolina at 11, Georgia at 8. So these are a bunch of swing states, and as they go down, but it looks like Pennsylvania is going to be the closest state in the presidential election, according to this, at 25%. So there you go with that one. And will Kamala go on Lex Fridman's podcast? I've never even heard of him. I mean, they got stuff I've never even heard of. Trump blowout victory, 13%. And it is kind of dipping down. It was looking much better there in like October 28th. He was looking pretty sharp, and then all of a sudden it came down. So I don't know if it's a blowout, but it's looking pretty strong anyway. And let's look right here. Number of Republican Senate seats after election. That's interesting. Let's see what that's up to. And that's getting close right there. 50, I don't even know what 49 or fewer is. Oh, that's the blue one. The green one is what? 52? I'm not even sure what the heck. It looks like 52 and 51 are right there. 51 could be the one that takes the thing because 52 is coming back down. So maybe only 51 Republican Senate seats after the election. I don't know how many they even have right now. So, but there you go. That's what it looks like on that chart. Kansas presidential election. I would have to think they're pretty Republican. Yeah, that's like 97 to 3. Kansas definitely likes Trump. Let's see. Victory blowout. We looked at that. Due to Harris Waltz, Trump gets more black voters than in 2020. That's, I mean, who even comes up with some of this stuff? But it's 71% chance, down 12%. It was way up there on October 27th. It was up there at like 88%. And it looks like it's kind of bottoming out and would curl back up there. So that's 71%. So it's pretty high. Let's look. Trump wins 287 to 251. And let's see. I think these are these the ones I said? Arizona, Georgia, PA, and Nevada and North Carolina, right? Hold on. Let me see. Arizona, PA, Georgia, North Carolina, and Nevada. Yeah, so that's exactly what I said. And that would be 287 to 251. And it says a 9% chance. So that kind of interesting. That's what I kind of thought it was, but it's only 9% chance. It's down 17%. So that's interesting right there, especially when you go through them ones. And maybe there's some shenanigans going on because I'm telling you, these charts should all start to match up right there. Well, either Florida, Minnesota, New Hampshire, or Texas flip. Let's see. There's a 20% chance, and I would say probably not. So doesn't look like that. Trump wins 312 to 226 swing state sweep. Let's see what them odds are. It's going up 13%, and it's going up, but it's only 13%. So it isn't like 50 or anything, but it is looking stronger there. It's not pulling back, I'll tell you that right now. Fed interest rate, Wisconsin, Nevada margin of victory. I know that's a swing state. Let's see what that's up to. 18% by 4% by Trump. So that's kind of what it looks like it's going to be right there for Nevada. And we did say that was a Trump state. So there's that one. Let me go. Massachusetts Senate election. That looks like it's Democrat hardcore. Connecticut presidential election. That looks like it's hard. Connecticut's definitely hardcore Democrat. So it's like 99% to one. It's it's kind of crazy. Trump Rust Belt swing state sweep. I don't know. North Carolina margin of victory. Let's see what that looks like. That's a swing state. Trump by 4%, 21%, and it's kind of pulling back, but I don't think the other ones could even curl up to get there. So I'm going to say Trump by about 4% in North Carolina is what it looks like on that chart. Kamala wins 319 to 219 swing state sweep. Let's see. 9% chance, and yeah, it's just down there. I mean, I none of these swing state sweeps or anything look real hot for either of them. Obviously, anything can happen, but they just don't look real hot. Will Joe pardon Hunter Biden? Now that's a really interesting one right there. 25%, 27% chance, and it looks like it's going to start curling back up and going up. So that's interesting. Well, Joe Biden, pardon Hunter Biden. That's funny. Michigan's margin of victory, because that looked like it was Harris. And then you look at this thing and well, it just says Trump by 4%, 11%. So yeah, you're gonna definitely be a Harris one on that one. So that wouldn't I don't know why they have all these crazy things like that, but they have something for everything. Well, Trump win in Texas by 10, Bitcoin all-time highs day after election. I don't know about the day after. Um, 15% chance, down 35%. It is curling up, but I wouldn't say it's going to hit the all-time highs the day after. Will there be a Russia and Ukraine ceasefire in 2024? And that's a 9% chance. It has been stair-stepping down. Looks like it could curl back up though. So that one you could see the ceasefire start to curl back up. I'm guessing if Trump wins, you're going to see that start to curl up. Who will win white women? What? I I wouldn't even have read that one, but now we're gonna open it because it's crazy. And it's 49% Harris. So I guess if you look at it the other way, it would have to be 51 Trump. And I like when they have both people on there. It makes it way easier. So I'm not even gonna bother with that one. That's crazy. New Hampshire governor election winner. That one looks like it should be Republican right there. Let me bring it up. Yeah, it's yeah, Democrats actually dipping down. That's going to start curling up. They were peaked up there the other day on the second and came back down, but they're going to curl back around New Hampshire, so that's going to go Republican right there. Let's see, number of Republican House seats after election. I know we did something similar to it, and this is just a crazy one too. Is it less than wait yeah, greater than 200 is 10%. Because the other way would have to be less than. Yeah, that's greater than. Okay. I'm like trying to look at charts, gambling, and now look at less than and greater than signs. Anyway, that one's a weird one. It has all them lines. So does Kamala win 270 to 268, Michigan, PA, and Wisconsin? This is just interesting stuff. 8% and just kind of flat right there. Let me see if there's anything really good. Will Kamal win 60% of college graduates? Let's see. 25%. It's been stair stepping up, but not looking anything crazy for that. I mean, there's literally anything you can think of. There's an odds for it that you can gamble to. So it's wild. Will Trump do better with Asians than what? I mean, it's just crazy. Than in 2020 and that says 59%, so it looks like it's going to do better, up 4% and kind of curling up there. So I guess the Asian population likes Trump a little bit better. Trump wins and ends the Ukraine war in 90 days. Here you go. 27% chance, and that looks like it's going to try to curl back up a little bit. So that's interesting right there. Well, Trump sells shares of DJT before. I doubt we're going to see that now. Indiana presidential election winner. I'm pretty sure they're Republican. Yeah, that's hardcore Republican, 98 to 2. So that's Trump in Indiana. Let's see. Will Trump win 30% of black men? I mean, these are just crazy ones. Let's see. This one says 21% chance and curling up there, but I mean, it's only a 21% chance and just crazy, crazy betting odds on things. Will the election be called on November 5th? I really don't think so. It looks like the 6th or 7th, according to everything else. And this one says 16% chance. So I highly doubt it right there. It doesn't look like it is curling up, but nothing crazy. So we are not going to know until at least Wednesday or Thursday, it looks like. And I'm going to keep my eye on that chart too. Will Harris win New Jersey by 10 plus points? I just want to see. It's up there, 72%. I mean, like I said, I don't know because I mean they are hardcore Democratic around here, but like I say, I live in the state and it is a little bit different. I could see one of these blue states flipping on this election. So I know these charts aren't saying it, but just by living in the area and knowing what's going on. I could say I could see it happen. Not saying it's a definite. Obviously, with the charts, it doesn't even look like it's close. So, um, Maryland Senate election looks like that's going to be Democratic just by looking at them numbers, 93 to 8. And yeah, that one's curling up Democrat there. Which third party candidate wins the most? Who cares? And did we get no? I thought we got to the bottom and now a bunch more just came on. So here we go. Let's keep on cruising. Which state will Harris win? Kamala win by the largest amount? Vermont, clearly. I mean, that's you can tell she's going to win Vermont by the largest. They're hardcore. Winning candidate also wins popular. Let's see. That one's interesting. It's gone up big time, 69%, and it's cruising up. So the winning candidate also wins the popular vote. And we'll go back and look at a couple of them ones from the beginning. And now that some time, about an hour went by, holy cow, I can't even believe 50 minutes just went by. I'm looking at this. This is exciting, honestly. Um, who will win men? Sounds kind of weird. Who will win men? But it looks like Harris has a 5% chance. So I'm not so sure that that's looking good. I'd have to say that Trump has a 95% chance. Again, I like when it has both of them on there. It's easier to see. I don't have to figure out the math, but that one was easy. Um, and it just gives me two lines. Will North Korea invade South Korea in 2024? And that's a 5% chance, and that's pulling back. So let's see. Last state to be called in presidential election. You know it's going to be Pennsylvania. I mean, it's all set up to be nonsense already. Come on now. Pennsylvania, 26%. I didn't even need to look at it. And so yeah, it's just going to be a bunch of nonsense. What state did I already find a bunch of fraudulent votes going on and all kinds of nonsense? Pennsylvania. It's all just nonsense, I'm telling you. And but here you go. Pennsylvania is going to be the last state to be called in the presidential election, and it's going to be a disaster. So, get ready for it, guys, because it's happening tomorrow, and here comes the shit show. And then, they're not calling the results till another day or two, and it's going to be insane. So let's see who controls the House after the 2024 election. And it's a 54% chance of Democrats, but kind of pulling back there. So it could go 50-50 in this election, to be honest with you. We'll have to look at that one again. Boom, boom, boom. Will there be a 269 tie in the electoral? It says 4%, so it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So that's good. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's see. Boom, boom. I'll go back to the top because a lot of these are just crazy. Israel and Hezbollah have a ceasefire in 2024. Let's see. It says 32% chance, and it was pulling back, but seems like it might actually kind of curl back up right there. We'll look at it and see. Um, I bet it's figuring if Trump gets in, there might be one. And again, there's just a ton of these things, and I'm just kind of scrolling down. Will Joe Rogan announce he's voting for probably Trump? I would imagine it says for Trump, and it doesn't say he is. 5% chance, down 33%. And I doubt he's coming out today to endorse him. Will Trump pardon Hunter Biden? Now, that is an interesting one for sure. 22%. Honestly, I said this before, right when the assassination attempt happened, and I called that. And again, I suffered a brain injury. I survived a miracle. Trust me, I know what it's like, and it changes you forever. And I kind of said he might be a little more lenient on people, and he already basically said he didn't care about Hunter. He doesn't care about Joe, and so yeah, I could see it happening. And again, he's looking at what's best for the country. Is it really good for Hunter Biden to be sitting in a prison? Should he be there? Yeah, he committed some crazy crimes and what they do to Trump, but I mean, you put a president's son in a prison, it's not a good thing. And Trump has said that. Like the guy is just he lives in a reality, whereas some people just don't live in a reality. They just, they call it like, hey, this side and that's it. You have to look at it with your best judgment and make good calls. And I think that's a good call right there. Whether you're saying, "Hey, I want to make that call," or that's the best call that should be made, that's what it is. I don't know if he wants to make that call and make it that way, but that's the best call that you should be making for the better of the country, to be honest with you. You're the president. You got to look out for things. So he's kind of made that clear. So that is an interesting one for sure. I could see it happening, to be honest with you. So that is the Trump pardoning Hunter Biden. And it's interesting if Joe Biden will too, because he said he wouldn't. And then, like I said, and then Trump basically said he wouldn't go after him. So I don't know if he's going to pardon him, but he might not go after him. And he'll, if he wins, he'd have control of all that branch of government, so they wouldn't have to press. But again, they press him. I think he wants all that to go away. It's just nonsense. And you can't, in this country, you can't be trying to jowl your political opponent. It's like a third world country we live in. So it needs to stop, or it's just going to get way worse. And he obviously survived an assassination attempt, and it was damn close. So that'll definitely change your mindset. Trust me. I definitely survived the miracle myself, and it changed my mindset. I'm not gonna lie. So there you go with that. So that is a very interesting one for sure. Who will win the Latino men? It just sounds goofy, but 78% looks like Harris, and it looks like it's going up. So there you go. The Latino men look like they're going with Harris. Um, does Israel withdraw from Lebanon before December? And there's a 27% chance. It's down 23%, but it seems to be curling up, so could happen. Will a nuclear weapon detonate in 2024? I mean, there's just some crazy shit. This is 25%. It's down 9, but it's curling up. So that's never a good look. We'll have to keep an eye on that one. That one's pretty wild. Let's see what else is on here. I mean, I didn't know that there was this much crazy stuff going on. Associated Press declares winner. What happened? And let me see. It just kind of disappeared. Let me see what just happened there. No, that one doesn't want to open up, I guess. Maybe. I hope the internet didn't just like go down. It's hardwired in. Let's see if the next one comes up. Oh, here it is. Associated Press declares winner, and then that one then. Oh, there. It's just taking a little longer. Associated Press declares winner before 3 a.m. on November 6th, which is Wednesday. And it says 33% chance. I'm telling you, it's going to probably be Thursday. It looks like we'll look at that one again, because that one was kind of crazy swinging up. Um, who will win in each swing state? Or we already kind of went through each one of them. Faithless elector in the US election. What the heck are they talking about? Like, is it 35%? Um, well, I don't even know what the heck they're talking about. I guess each one has a description, but I'm not going to read it. Let me just look real quick, and then I'll go back to the top and we'll look at a couple more of them, because they were interesting for sure. And we're getting down to the bottom, and it's like number of debates between Vance and Waltz, and clearly they're not debating anymore. Um, and will Putin remain the president of Russia? I mean, there's just all kinds of stuff. So I think we're probably getting down, and there's still loading more. Will Ukraine join NATO? I mean, you could probably do this for like 10. Will Michelle Obama become Democrat? I'm pretty sure that's what, yeah, a Dem nominee. Well, she's already Democrat. Dem nominee, the Democrat nominee is what I was thinking. Will she become? And it's like 0%. So I mean, there's just like crazy things on here that obviously couldn't happen, and weird ones. So let me just take a look up here again and see what's going on. Then there's all kinds of different ones I can go across. So hold on. Let's just look at the presidential election winner again. I reviewed it an hour ago. So we'll look at it now. And it's at 57.9% for Trump, 42.3% for Harris. And he's curling up and she's pulling back. So clearly he has momentum and she's dipping right there. And let's look at that popular vote again, because that one's very interesting. What did I just do? Well, hold on. Well, here we go. Popular vote. Here we go. Um, 71% Harris, 29% Trump. And I mean, I'm telling you, this thing looks like it's about to take a nosedive. It looks like overnight the thing's going to come crashing down. I went through a chart that already did it, this exact same thing. And I mean, it can be almost close to 60-40 for Harris and Trump real quick. So we will take a look at it. And they did cross over back in July, and they could very well do it almost pretty fast. So I don't know if they're going to be crossing over, but they could come touching where it's almost right in the middle there. We'll have to take a look at that popular vote because it's very, very interesting the way it is. And what else do we want to look at? That balance of power was a weird one. Um, yeah, I mean, we looked at a ton. Let me just see up here the election. I thought I just saw a bunch of cool ones, but maybe I was wrong. Pull up politics right there. And I think we already, oh, here it was, swing states. Oh, it has a tab for them. Oh, could have just hit the tab and well brought up like a ton of everything in the swing states, but Nevada, Pennsylvania, and we'll go ready. So we did the swing states, and it looks like Arizona is going to go to Trump, Pennsylvania is going to Trump, Georgia's going to Trump, North Carolina Trump, Wisconsin's. Let's look at that one. It was Harris or Flippin. Nevada was Trump, and Michigan was Harris. Let's look at that Wisconsin one. Let me find that. It should be right on here on this page. Here we are right here. Who will win Wisconsin? And it is 58-43 Harris. I don't know what it was, but I'm telling you, this one's kind of changing around and could be pulling back hard. And like I said, he could be ripping up there. So that one, along with the popular vote, them two are kind of looking like Harris is pulling back and he's going to catch momentum. And like I said, if I was looking at these as stock charts, I'm going in with the Trump one. I'm saying, yo, that's a popper right there. And the same with the popular vote. I'm running with that one as a popper. And you know what I like to look at. So there you go. I would say that's a pretty interesting one. Let me see if there's anything else. Polling, Senate races, election maps, horse races, governor races, Democrats, all kinds of. I mean, it's just crazy how much stuff is on here. The Middle East, the Fed rates. It's just I didn't election maps. What is even that? Yeah, if they win, like which ones are going to win. So yeah, there's just tons of them, and just for shits and giggles, let's just see what is in business right here. The Fed rate, will Ethereum hit 10K? Who will replace Larry Fink as BlackRock CEO? I mean, there's just some weird stuff. Will TikTok be banned in 2024? Will the Google CEO be out in 2024? Wow, just crazy US recession. That's the business. What's in science? Um, Category 5 hurricane hits before a certain time, a monkeypox pandemic in 2024. Did you guys know that you could bet on any of this stuff? Because I had no idea. Will the US confirm that aliens exist in 2024? And 2% chance that is going to happen. It says a COVID lab leak confirmed by the US in 2024, 8% chance. I mean, there's just crazy stuff on here. So that's science. What's in pop culture? Rogan, the highest grossing movie. Elon Musk tweet a number of tweets. That's insane. Is Taylor Swift getting engaged in 2024? Elon Musk arrested in 2024. Um, I mean, it's just wild. Let's see. Will I don't even know. Will Trump say MOG, MOG, and 20? What the heck is MOG? I've never even heard that. It's probably some type of kid term, I guess. I don't even know. Crypto, there's all kinds of crypto stuff. Crypto boxing, I don't even know what that is. Bitcoin hit 250. All kinds of stuff on that one. So this is wild. Mentions, I don't even know what that is, but there's also sports on here. And obviously we can look, yeah, you get all the sports stuff as well, it looks like. So that's pretty wild. Um, yeah, just crazy amount of stuff I didn't even know was on here. What's creators? I have no idea. But that's like the AP calling stuff and other ones, and let's just see. I think I did them all. Not every single one, but I think I did everything that was important. And I think that will be a nice little wrap up of our poly market betting odds charts. And I hope everybody enjoyed it. And if you want, I'll look at the stock scanner real quick. It's at the end of the day. I generally do. So anyone that's just tuning in doesn't know what we do. I do a live show twice a day and pre-market 7 a.m. and a night show at 9 p.m. And we go through the market and crypto and basically pick out all the poppers. And you can look at my track record. I post everything online. I've been doing this for over 20 plus years. Stock charts have always been a hobby, and now we're just taking it to all new levels. So here we go. Let's take a look at FinViz, see what the heat map looks like. Microsoft's down, Apple, Amazon's down over 1%, Tesla's down over 2%, Nvidia's up over 1.5%, Google's down almost 1%, and Meta's down just about 1%. So kind of a red mixed day, but mostly red for your Mag 7. And it's kind of a mixed day, but mostly red in the market. Energy sector is up right there. Let me just take a look, see what's active right now and what's kind of cruising around. SPPL was cruising up that ELAB. We were watching that. Take a look at that because it's getting into that bottom area. And we'll look at that tonight for a little bounce to see if it wants to. So that's ELAB. And let me just quickly look. Nvidia's just it's up 228, but what's it doing? I have to look at the chart. It just has that weird look sitting on the 20. It's starting to curl up. Look for it to dip down a little bit, but not looking bad. And the video will start to curl up a little bit. GSAT was running up today. It's way up there. We were looking at that. DJT, I already said that one was kind of bouncing today. What's it want to do for the rest of the week is the question. I think it's trying to build a base right here and get moving. Let me look at it on mine real quick. DJT. Um, yeah, it looks like it's going to try to make that curl back up right there. So we'll obviously be keeping an eye on DJT. And like I said, I was looking at it today and you could clearly see it wanted to bounce back. SMCI is down 17 cents, and this one's getting down there. I think you're about to see a bounce on this one. The earnings are tomorrow on the election. That's right. So SMCI, I think you might see a bounce on that one. Not looking too bad down there at the bottom. HRYU, we were way early on this and it ran way up over 70 cents the other day. Intel's looking pretty good, INTC. So take a look at that. It is just kind of pulling back, but it's setting up. It's trading between that, what, $22 and like that in between the $22 range, really 22.50 and the low 22s, and it's getting set up right there. So watch Intel, just watch for that bottom, like I said, down in the lower 20s or 22 area, the lower $22 area. And that's Intel. Let's see what else is going on over here. ADN was running up. And Tilray, I'm telling you, the cannabis sector is looking great. That's running up. CGC, MSOS, all them bad boys are looking good. Tilray's curling up, looking great. So keep your eye on them. They're all, like I said, the cannabis sector is looking hot. Um, Tesla's pulling back. We knew that. Staff ran up. We had looked at that the other day. Let's see what Ford's doing. Probably building that base right down there. And I think Ford's going to start curling up and getting moving again. So they had it came down right after the earnings, and I think that Ford's going to look much better now. So keep an eye on that one. PLTR, they had their earnings, I believe today, is it? Um, yeah, today. They have earnings today, and it's just pulling back. I think no matter what their earnings say, even if they're good, it has to pull back. It ran up at the top so much. So I think PLTR is going to have to pull back some. So watch for that. And like I said, it doesn't matter if they crush their earnings or not. It just needs to pull back. And we already know the chart setup is overruling what the numbers are, regardless. So SVMH, we've been watching that. We'll go over that tonight because that's right there. SOFI, I've been telling you, keep an eye on that to pull back because that's been dipping. And PTON, Peloton ran way up, but that's pulling back, making a base. LILM Keep an eye on this. This is that German aerospace. It's down a penny, but it's going to start curling up right there. So we're going to be watching that one fairly soon. And let's just see what else is happening over here real quick. LAZR is not looking too bad right here. Let me see. Yeah, it might roll right off. Keep an eye on LAZR. That one's actually looking pretty decent right there. And Apple, I think, is going to be trying to make that base down here and start to curl back up. So we'll keep an eye on Apple to start moving again. And let's just take a look. Mara pull back, so let that pull back right there. And let me just see what kind of volume's going on real quick and see what's happening over there. SPPL, that one ran up, like I said, ADN. Some of these were just on there. NUWE, we were looking at that the other day, and that ran way up there. FGF is pulled back pretty nice. That's a good dip. And FMAR, let's see what this is up to. FT Vest US Equity. This is an ETF. It's just kind of making a base right there, but not looking too bad. Equity buffer. I don't know what the heck it is a ETF for, but it is an ETF. And let me just look at the next page real quick and see if anything crazy. Like I said, HRYU is looking decent. And let's see. Nothing else jumping out at me just at the moment. So there you go. I would say that's a pretty fun show. Doing our betting odds for our presidential election and then running through the scanner. So there you go. Appreciate you hanging out the entire time. Profit Logics. Greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think. And everybody else that listens to it, hope you guys enjoy it and go out and vote. That's the most important thing. And there you go. So the election will be over tomorrow. We get to move on with our lives. And again, no matter what the outcome is, we all have to live in this country together. So might as well just get along. But it is crazy during election time. People get wild, and politics definitely tear people apart. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun with that. So there you go. And check out the live show tonight at 9 p.m. and every night at 9 p.m. and of course 7 a.m. for pre-market. So thank you for tuning in and checking it out. And until later on, have a great day, trade smart, and lock in those profits. I'll see everybody later on. Have a great day, everyone.